In a moment that no one saw coming, global superstar BTS member Park Jimin once again proved why he remains one of the most captivating performers in the world. What was expected to be a routine check sound session on day one in El Paso quickly transformed into an unforgettable spectacle that sent shockwaves through the global ARMY community. Fans who were fortunate enough to witness the event described the atmosphere as electric even before Jimin stepped onto the stage. The anticipation was already sky-high, but nothing could have prepared them for what was about to unfold. As the music began to echo softly across the venue, the crowd erupted into cheers, their excitement reaching a fever pitch. And then in a single breathtaking moment, Jimin appeared, dressed in a simple yet effortlessly stylish outfit. Jimin carried himself with a quiet confidence that immediately commanded attention. There was no need for elaborate staging or dramatic effects. His presence alone was enough to captivate everyone in the room. As he adjusted his microphone and began moving to the rhythm, it became clear that this was no ordinary check sound. What followed was a performance that blurred the line between rehearsal and full-scale concert. Jimin's movements were fluid, precise, and deeply expressive, showcasing the artistry that has made him a global icon. Every step, every gesture, every glance seemed intentional, drawing fans deeper into the moment. Even in what was technically a practice session, his dedication and passion were undeniable. The crowd's reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Fans screamed, cheered, and sang along, unable to contain their excitement. Many took to social media in real time, sharing clips and reactions that quickly went viral. Within minutes, keywords related to Jimin and El Paso began trending worldwide, further proving his immense influence and star power. Observers noted that Jimin appeared especially relaxed and playful during the session. At one point, he flashed a bright smile and waved at fans, sending the audience into another frenzy. These small, genuine interactions added a layer of intimacy to the experience, making fans feel personally connected to the artist they admire so deeply. Despite the informal nature of a check sound, Jimin's professionalism never wavered. He paid close attention to the sound quality, communicated with the technical team, and made subtle adjustments to ensure everything was perfect. This behind-the-scenes glimpse into his work ethic only deepened fans' respect for him, highlighting the effort and precision that go into every performance. What truly set this moment apart, however, was the emotional impact it had on those present. For many fans, seeing Jimin in such a raw and unfiltered setting was a dream come true. There were no barriers, no elaborate production, just the artist and his audience, sharing a genuine connection through music and movement. As videos of the event spread across platforms, fans around the world reacted with awe and admiration. Comments poured in, praising Jimin's talent, charisma, and ability to turn even the simplest moment into something extraordinary. Some described it as magical, while others called it a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Industry experts also weighed in, noting that moments like these are what set Jimin apart from many of his peers. His ability to captivate an audience without relying on full production elements speaks volumes about his skill as a performer. It's not just about choreography or vocals, it's about presence, emotion, and the ability to connect. As the session came to an end, fans were left both exhilarated and emotional. Many lingered in their seats trying to process what they had just witnessed. It was more than just a check sound. It was a reminder of why Jimin continues to hold such a special place in the hearts of millions. The El Paso check sound day one will undoubtedly be remembered as one of those rare moments when something simple turns into something unforgettable. And at the center of it all was Jimin, effortlessly turning a routine rehearsal into a global sensation. In the end, one thing became crystal clear. Whether on a grand stage or in a casual rehearsal setting, Jimin's ability to inspire, captivate, and move people remains unmatched. And as fans eagerly await what comes next, this shocking moment in El Paso will continue to echo in their hearts, a powerful reminder of the magic that happens whenever Jimin takes the stage. As the echoes of that unforgettable check sound began to settle, the impact of the moment only seemed to grow stronger. Fans who had witnessed Park Jimin in person found themselves replaying every second in their minds, while those watching from afar clung to every clip, every detail, and every reaction shared online. What had started as a simple pre-show routine had now become a defining highlight, not just of the event, but of the entire tour atmosphere surrounding BTS. There was something undeniably different about Jimin that day. Observers noted a deeper emotional intensity in his expressions, a subtle yet powerful energy that seemed to radiate from him with every movement. It wasn't just about technical perfection, though that was clearly present. It was about the feeling behind it all. Each note he delivered carried a sense of purpose, and each step in his choreography told a story that words alone could not capture. Behind the scenes, staff members were equally impressed. Those working closely during the check sound described Jimin as focused, attentive, and deeply committed to ensuring every element was just right. He listened carefully to feedback, adjusted his timing with precision, and showed a level of professionalism that reinforced his reputation as a true artist. Even in rehearsal, there was no room for half measures. At one point, Jimin paused briefly, looking out toward the audience as if taking in the moment. The venue, filled with excited fans, responded instantly. Cheers erupted once again, louder than before. It was a powerful reminder of the connection he shares with ARMY, a bond built over years of shared experiences, music, and unwavering support. Social media continued to explode with reactions. Fans from different countries, cultures, and languages all expressed the same sentiment. All hashtags related to Jimin's El Paso Check sound climbed rapidly, dominating trending charts across multiple platforms. Short clips of his movements, his expressions, and even his smallest gestures were analyzed, appreciated, and celebrated in real time. Some fans pointed out how effortlessly Jimin transitions between different energies, one moment playful and light, the next intense and commanding. This duality has long been one of his defining traits, and it was on full display during the Check sound. It kept the audience constantly engaged, never knowing what to expect next. There were also quieter moments that stood out just as much. In between sequences, Jimin could be seen adjusting his in-ear monitor, exchanging brief words with the crew, or simply taking a breath. These glimpses of authenticity added depth to the experience, reminding everyone that behind the global superstar is a dedicated individual who pours everything into his craft. For longtime fans, the moment felt especially meaningful. Many reflected on how far Jimin has come, from his early debut days to now commanding stages around the world with unmatched confidence. Seeing him in such a raw, unfiltered setting brought a sense of nostalgia, pride, and admiration all at once. As discussions continued online, industry commentators began highlighting the significance of moments like this. In an era where performances are often defined by large-scale production and visual effects, Jimin's ability to captivate without those elements stands out. It speaks to a level of artistry that goes beyond spectacle, one rooted in genuine talent and emotional connection. The ripple effect of the El Paso Check sound extended far beyond the venue itself. Fans who weren't present still felt deeply connected to the moment, thanks to the rapid spread of content online. Reaction videos, fan edits, and commentary flooded platforms, each adding a new layer to the narrative of what had taken place. As night approached and the anticipation for the official performance grew, one thing was certain: expectations had been set incredibly high. If a simple Check sound could create such a powerful impact, what would the full performance bring? And yet, for many, nothing could quite replicate the magic of that earlier moment. There was a uniqueness to it, a spontaneity, a rawness that made it truly special. It wasn't planned to be extraordinary, and perhaps that's exactly why it became so unforgettable. In the end, the story of Day One in El Paso wasn't just about a rehearsal. It was about presence, connection, and the unexpected power of a single moment. And at the heart of it all stood Jimin, once again reminding the world why his influence continues to grow, and why every stage he steps on, no matter how big or small, becomes something extraordinary. As the night continued to unfold, the memory of that Check sound refused to fade. Instead, it became the emotional foundation for everything that followed. Fans carried that energy with them, holding on to the feeling that they had witnessed something rare, something unscripted yet deeply impactful. And at the center of it all remained Park Jimin, whose presence had quietly transformed an ordinary moment into something unforgettable. When conversations later turned to the significance of that day, many fans described it not just as impressive but deeply personal. There was a sense that Jimin wasn't simply performing, he was communicating. Every movement and every note felt like a message, one that resonated differently with each person in the audience. For some, it was inspiration. For others, comfort, and for many, it was a reminder of why they fell in love with BTS in the first place. Backstage, the momentum carried on. Staff members continued preparing for the full event, but the tone had subtly shifted. What had started as a routine schedule now felt charged with something bigger. Jimin himself remained composed, moving through preparations with focus and quiet determination. Yet those who observed closely noted a spark, an unmistakable sign that he was fully in his element. Meanwhile, online communities only grew louder. Fans began dissecting every second of the Check sound, pointing out details that others might have missed. A slight change in expression, a variation in timing, a moment of eye contact with the crowd. Each detail became part of a larger story, one that fans eagerly pieced together across platforms. Some even began comparing this moment to past performances, noting how Jimin continues to evolve as an artist. There was a maturity in his presence, a deeper sense of control and intention that reflected years of experience. Yet at the same time, he retained the same passion and sincerity that first captured hearts around the world. The cultural impact of the moment was impossible to ignore. In a matter of hours, what happened in El Paso had reached a global audience. Fans from Asia, Europe, the Americas, and beyond all joined the conversation, united by a shared sense of awe. Language barriers seemed to disappear as reactions poured in: emojis, short messages, and heartfelt posts, all expressing the same overwhelming emotion. As more footage surfaced, one particular moment stood out among fans. It was a brief pause, almost imperceptible, where Jimin seemed to fully take in the audience before continuing. In that instant, there was a quiet exchange between artist and fans, one that didn't require words. It was subtle but powerful enough to leave a lasting impression. Experts in performance and stage presence later pointed out how rare it is for an artist to maintain such control in an informal setting. Without the structure of a full show, many performers rely on spontaneity alone. But Jimin demonstrated something more refined, a balance between instinct and discipline, allowing him to adapt while still delivering excellence. As anticipation built for the official stage, fans found themselves caught between excitement and reflection. They were eager for what was to come, yet reluctant to let go of what they had just experienced. It was a unique emotional space, one where the past and future of the event seemed to exist simultaneously. And through it all, one theme remained constant: authenticity. In an industry often defined by perfection, Jimin's ability to embrace the raw, unfiltered nature of a Czech sound set him apart. He didn't need perfection to create impact. He simply needed to be present to connect and to express. By the time the evening reached its peak, it was clear that Day 1 in El Paso would be remembered for more than just its official performances. The Czech sound had become a story of its own, one that fans would revisit time and time again. A moment that proved even the simplest stage can become extraordinary when the right artist steps onto it. And as the lights dimmed and the anticipation for the next moment grew stronger, one question lingered in the minds of fans everywhere. If this was only the beginning, what else did Jimin have in store?